I wasn't even paying attention to see how the camera was aimed. I was too busy looking around. Hello, Robin. How are you doing? Good evening. Hello, Black Jewel. Good evening. How are you doing? Try to get myself adjusted where I look halfway decent. Y'all hear me pretty good. How y'all doing tonight or this evening? Oh, hello, Pauletta. How are you doing this evening? Was hopping around trying to get everything ready. Hey, Shawnster, how are you doing? Oh, trying to get everything situated. Y'all ready for this cold snap coming this coming weekend? Hello, Monica. How are you doing? Ain't nothing but a chicken wing. You're going to have to find something a little meatier than a chicken wing. Did they ever show up, Monica? And we got some bad weather coming this week. It's going to be further south than where I'm at. But y'all stay safe because they're talking about tornadoes again. But it's springtime. It's to be expected. It'll show up. Just be patient with them. Because believe me, it took 2 years before I ever got my first shipment. You be careful, Robin. Keep your eyes on the weather. Oh, yeah, more bad weather. It's springtime in the south. I think it's supposed to be a little south of me, but you never know. I prepare anyway in case it does come up my way. Because weather can change in a heartbeat. And we've got chance for freezes or at least frost this coming weekend. And that's why I don't plant anything until after Easter, but Easter's early this year, so I'm still going to wait. I tried to walk in the garden and do some work to plant some more English peas, and yeah, the water level has really risen in the ground, and the water level is basically almost at the top. And let me tell you, I got out of the garden pretty fast because I started sinking. And that's in packed walkways. So, yeah, that tells you something there. And then I was trying to use my garden weasel to turn up the ground so I could plant, and I twisted it and I started seeing water come up. I'm not going to get anything planted. But yeah, we've got chances for severe storms all the way from today on up to Thursday. You started them babies really early, didn't you? Well, y'all should have storms up your area, Hoodstead. When is it? Thursday or Friday? Does that answer you? I come to chat prepared. That way I don't have to worry about running out during chat. Oh, yeah. You know, my blood type is coffee. I got to keep it around me. Yep, Bubba O'Coffee. Okay, I'll do an update on him. Friday, we ended up going to, it's a hospital here called the Med. The doctor had told us it was going to take 12 to 14 days to get the referral in. And she told us, wait a couple of days and just head to the ER to get the medical assistance started. Well, we go there. We were there for 10 hours, a hair over 10 hours. Hello, Regina. Hello, Beverly. How are y'all doing? Welcome to chat. Okay, we were there for 10 hours. The beginning of going to the ER was rough to begin with because we had our lighter leashes on and we weren't allowed to go into the hospital with a lighter. Like, I'm going to set something on fire. So apparently somebody tried to set the hospital on fire or something. So he has to wait for me. I have to go all the way back out to where the car's parked, put the lighters in, make sure there's no lighters in my purse, and come back. They got an attitude with me, and I gave them an attitude right back. I told them, I don't have to put up with this. I said, I've done what you asked. I said, no, why would I have razor blades or box cutters in my purse or on me? And so, finally got in, got all the paperwork filled out. Well, they take him to the trauma side of the ER. And he's laying there, and I'm sitting there. I'm starting to get really cold, and I even had a jacket on, and it got cold in there. And, well, the foot doctor finally, the orthopedist, finally came to see him. Oh, believe me, I'm going to fight without a doubt. They don't know how stubborn I am. All right, foot doctor comes, mushes on his toes, which only makes him holler because freaking hurts. And then he cuts the splint off. Oh my gracious! I was not prepared to see what I saw when they took the splint off. The blister, thankfully, has not busted. It's still whole, but his whole foot, even up in his arch, top of his foot, side of his foot, going up past his ankle is all bruised. Oh, it was purple, it was black, it was yellow. Even his arch is all bruised. The big blister, the fracture blister, this big that's on the side of his ankle, it was bruised. I've never seen a bruised blister, but it was. Hello, Cassandra. How are you doing? And thank you for coming by this evening. Let's see. Yep. I because he hasn't seen his foot. He can't really bend up far enough to take a good look at his foot without screaming in pain. So I videoed it. No, I'm not posting that. It's just too graphic. And of course he mushed on his foot, and wasn't on any pain medication. They hadn't gave him nothing for pain or anything. And I'm just about to holler at this doctor. It's like, get your hands off his foot. The man's hurt. And he was mushing on him and everything. Well, next thing we know, he starts wrapping him up in another splint. So they wrapped his foot back up. He done a little bit. He put more padding on there and put more protective stuff around the blister. And then they told him that he was going to go in for a CAT scan and X-rays. Yeah, sorry, trying to keep up with everything. This has just been pure hell. Um, so they finally give him 2 Percocets. The man doesn't need to get on Percocets again. He gets a little, let's say, angry. He was beyond frustrated. He was upset. He was angry. And I had to tell him, don't get angry with me. I'm not your enemy here. And I told him to straighten up and kind of put him back in line. So they wheeled him for a CAT scan on his leg from his knees down, from his knee down. He said they must have took 15, 20 x-rays of his foot. All right, they wheel him back. We're sitting there. Well, I'm sitting there. He's laying there. He starts getting sleepy. Now, we haven't seen hide nor hair of the doctor. Hey, Jilly, how are you doing? We hadn't seen hide nor hair of the doctor. This hateful nurse comes bebopping in there and informs us that he's getting discharged. And I'm like going, what do you mean discharged? We've done been here almost 10 hours. We haven't seen the second visit from the doctor. We haven't been told nothing about the x-rays. We haven't heard nothing. Oh, wait, I jumped track. Let me go back before they took him to get the x-rays and the CAT scan. The doctor told him that because of this injury, it's one of the worst injuries to get because it takes forever for the swelling to go down. And they cannot do nothing for him until the swelling goes down. So he has to wait 12 to 14 more days before they can ever even think about surgery or doing anything. Now, this man's, and we found out that yes, the doctor did confirm for a little bit that it was a double severe fractured heel bone, and he pretty much believes he's got tendon injury as well as maybe some nerve damage. So, well, going back, she discharged us. I said, when do we get to talk to the doctor? Oh, he's done gone home. I'm like going, that's real nice. I said, what about the patient? Shouldn't he know what's going on? We haven't heard anything. She says, well, they might call you. And oh, he's got a prescription. I'm like going, okay. A prescription for what? A whopping 81 milligram aspirin. So, here we sit, waiting for another doctor's visit 2 weeks away, while his foot is still, his heel is still severely fractured in 2 places, and your heel goes like this, his heel is askew. So, nothing can be done for the man. So, that's the update on him. He's moving around a little bit. He's trying to be more functional, but I'm trying to keep. I told him, I said, I know you're going stir crazy, and he is. I said, that's why I'm here. Let me help you. And I'm letting him do just a little bit more. But basically, bed, bathroom, maybe walk around a little bit. He tried, poor thing, to cut on the propane heater the other night, and he had to give up because he couldn't get down to where it's at. So, yeah, we wait while this poor man is suffering and in pain. Because let me tell you, his body lets him know the minute the 800 milligram Tylenol or wears off, because that's the only thing that's working. Yeah, it really does suck. It really does. Yep, he was told to move his toes. See, what my worry is they're going to have to do reconstructive surgery on his heel bone. What I'm worried about is this thing starting to heal and them having to re-break it to adjust it again. So that's what I'm worried about, is how bad is it going to end up being, all these days we have to wait while his heel is completely out of line, and the bone is probably healing, and when he goes into surgery they're going to have to just break everything, and it's just really sad, but can't do nothing according to them until the swelling goes down. So it's just been one hell of a wild ride so far, and I'm staying positive best I can. It felt good to escape to the botanic garden Saturday, but I made him promise that, he wouldn't get wild while I was gone. Thank you, Monica. Thank you. Let me try to catch back up on chat. Oh, but one good thing, the one good thing of the um, emergency room visit was it starts medical assistance rolling. Oh, oh, yeah, I knew there was something else I forgot to talk about. But the orthopedic surgeon that was on staff then come works through the Campbell Clinic, who wants to do the operation on his foot. So that's a good thing. Oh no, he ain't, believe me, he don't get to do much at all, because the minute he stands up, and he's been told don't put no pressure whatsoever on that foot. He knows, because of gravity, he knows the minute he stands up, because it goes to throbbing and shooting pain and everything. No, he ain't going to. All right. While he was off for the x-rays and everything, this gentleman comes in. I guess he was one of the people that worked in the office for medical assistants. And he's telling me, he says, "Ma'am, don't you worry, we'll get you on a payment plan, blah, blah, blah." He said, "You can pay as little as 100 or so a month." And I looked at this man. I bit my tongue. Thankfully, don't have teeth, so it didn't hurt too bad. I looked at him. I said, "Sir, how are we supposed to pay?" He says, "Oh, we'll set up a payment plan." I said, "Sir, he's the breadwinner of the family." I said, "He broke his right foot. He's not going to be able to work for 3 to 4 months. Where magically am I supposed to find this money tree growing to pay y'all?" I said, "We're here for financial assistance for a reason." I said, "He cannot work. He has no income coming in at all. Now, you tell me." I said, "There's no welfare. There's no food stamps. There's no child support. There's no paycheck." I kept listing a bunch of stuff, and his eyes kept getting bigger and bigger. And I'm like going, "Now you tell me, How is this miracle supposed to happen? And then I just broke out crying because that just was the last straw for that day. And he's like, "Oh, ma'am, don't get upset. It's going to be okay." I said, "How is it going to be okay, sir? You're already wanting money, something we don't have." He said, "Oh, no, we'll make sure it's all took care of." I said, "Yep, I hope you do. I hope you really do. And I hope y'all know and learn what compassion is." I said, "Because you didn't show me any when you come in this room." So, yeah, that was on a good note. At least parking at the hospital was only $5. Nope, they can't get blood out of a turnip. And if I knew where that money tree was, I sure wouldn't let them know, but I sure would let my friends know. 'Cause yeah, ain't happening. But yep, that's the continuing fun saga of his broken foot. I tried to talk him into going outside and sitting in the sun yesterday. I told him I don't mind helping you down the steps. You know this. I couldn't get him out. He he was on his meds and went to sleep. I've been looking for that money tree all my life, and I haven't found it in the woods yet. They won't help me. I've tried it before. They won't help me. Anyway, I'm gonna keep the government out of it. So that's the fun of it. So right now, unfortunately, I couldn't leave him, and this past weekend was my biggest money making crafts fair of the year, and I couldn't leave him for 3 days alone. So I miss going there. So I just had to make money selling my tinctures, my salves, my merch, and doing what I can. Oh, you better believe not only would I make it grow, but I'd take cuttings from it and make sure to spread the love of the money tree all around. Well, uh, when we go to this next doctor's appointment, it's where they should hopefully set up the financial aid for the surgery. Hopefully. If not, we might have to find a resource for bail money. And no, I'm joking. I'm joking, everyone. I'm not going to do anything like that because there'd be nobody to take care of him. But yep, I see it has now been 1 week, I think. Or has it been 2 weeks? I can't remember. But it's been a long road, and it's going to be a long road, but we're going to make it work one way or another. Got to stay positive. Smile when you can. So, how is everybody doing tonight? Because believe me, I'm tired of dealing with doctors for now. I get a small break. Because y'all know, no pun intended on that one. Y'all know how I don't I don't like nor trust doctors whatsoever. Yeah, I need to be canning meat, but now since he's not working, that ain't gonna happen. I'm not sure if he's old enough to qualify for that one. We'll find out about all of that when we go to the next doctor's visit because that's the ones. It's the same place where they do all of that. So hopefully, it's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, our problem is he's an independent contractor. So yeah, there might be some problem with that because he looked into uh work comp, and well, that for him would be 400 something dollars a week. Oh, David, I'm glad you showed up. Welcome to chat. I'll get your package out in the mail, David. It's just been crazy. I haven't forgot about you. And our post office has quit being open on Saturday. I didn't want you to think I'd forgot, but it's just, oof. Saturday was good to escape to the botanic garden and work in the dirt, but it was also heartbreaking because of what all's being done to get ready for this Alice in Wonderland exhibit. So that's our problem. We can't hire no lawyer or anything. And once he has the surgery, he'll be able to go back to driving. It's the getting of the surgery is the problem. Yeah, see, there ain't no way we can get a lawyer. No way in hell. And him being an independent contractor, there's no insurance, there's no work comp, nothing. But yeah, he's not going to be disabled. He'll be able to go back to work after he heals. Hello, finding happiness all you do. How are you doing this evening? Yeah, that's the kind of lawyers you get because yeah, they like that money. They want to get paid. Thank you, darling. Was that your son that was supposed to do the turkey call? Because I was looking forward to that. Gonna have to make a video where he actually does it. But yeah, he's supposed to have some kind of, I forgot what they call. Yeah, I looked at the short, but it must be a second short to it because the first one that I watched didn't have him doing it. I'll have to catch it after the live because I was looking forward to that. Now I don't know what weather's going to be like for the rest of the country, but I know if y'all have got a little happy planting stuff that's not frost tender, and in the South we're going to have a frost coming up for 2 nights this coming weekend. So if you got a little happy, y'all better watch your stuff. Keep an eye on your weather. Y'all, excuse me, y'all gonna laugh at me. I got to cleaning out the little hood hoopty hoop house, and I found all kind of stuff that survived the winter that, well, shouldn't have survived the winter. I have petunias in hanging baskets that are blooming. They lived in the hoop house over winter. I don't know how they lived, unless it's because the frost didn't touch them, but they should have been dead as can be. Now, if I could have kept the little hoop house warm, my experiment on overwintering the hot peppers would have worked. Hey, Duval. Hey, how are you doing? How'd your surgery go, Duval? Are you feeling better? And here's one thing. Now, I know when I used the soil to pot up the hot peppers to try to overwinter them, I used the soil out of one of my potato buckets. I could have swore I got all the potatoes out. These potatoes were maybe like this big around, that big around. All right. And I didn't know what the plants were at first. They had a slight purple tinge to them. Good. I'm happy to hear that. That's wonderful. Wonderful. It's always good to hear somebody's getting better and on the road to recovery. Got to stay positive no matter what. Got to stay positive. Okay, let me get back so I don't get sidetracked. All right, there was these plants coming, one and two pots. Plants coming up. They had a slight purple tinge to them, and they looked like the old-fashioned potato leaf tomatoes. Um, and I'm like going, what kind of plants are these? Because I know for a fact I didn't grow any tomatoes like that last year. So I knew I had to get the dead pepper plants out of the pot. So gently I unburied these mystery plants only to find these little bitty potatoes down towards the bottom of the pot, and the plant was shooting up. So apparently I'm going to have another run of purple potatoes. Hey, Andale, how are you doing? And let's see what else. Oh, and I am so thankful. I thought they had died in the hoop house. No, apparently they died back down to the ground and they're coming back up. All of my curry trees are alive. So I'm just tickled to death that my curry trees survived. I was worried that they had croaked. And I had two plants. I couldn't tell what they were because they were in the back on the other side. And I'm looking at them because I get plants from the herb garden at the botanic garden. I get plants from swaps. I'm notorious for putting little things in pots, hoping that they, survive. And I kept looking. I kept looking. I thought there for a minute it might have been rhubarb, but then I got to looking. I'm like going, they don't look right for rhubarb. And I'm not going, is that horseradish? No, it don't look right for horseradish. It was two giant mustard green plants. I never put a seed of mustard greens into those pots. No clue where they come from, but they were sure mighty tasty. And let's see what else survived. Um, I'm trying to think. There was something else. I got a big cutting that's trying to live. The one I only checked one of the elderberry plants or cuttings. They've already started getting roots. Um, I've got to harvest my grow off bag here soon because the mustard greens have bolted, which you can still eat them while they're bolting. They're still fine, so don't throw that stuff away. Um, they're about they're over 2 feet tall now. Yes, I love my plants. I can't help it. Oh, and another thing, I have yes, I had a lot of stuff crammed into this poor little hoop house. Uh, I thought I was hoping it was going to make it. I didn't think it would because it had one little scraggly root on it. I got another blueberry that's alive in there. Oh, not only that, I have the plants of resurrection apparently. There was many pots over in what I call the elephant graveyard of dead plants. Yes, I have dead plants, people. I rescue them poor little babies from the poor little sad Lowe's plant discount rack. And a lot of times they live, sometimes they don't. Well, $2 for like a 8, 10, 12 or dollar more plant, I don't have problem with paying for. And let's see, where was I going with this? Yeah, a lot of my I knew that my black-eyed Susans were going to come back. I didn't have much hope for the poor little plantain lilies, and I only paid $1 a pot for them. That every pot of those are back up. My blueberries that we got are our blueberries that we got on clearance. Yep, I feel sorry for the little plants, and I bring them home. I'm gonna tell you, if you grow them on a trellis, these were the biggest honeydews I've ever grown in my life. Now, the seeds that you got are the same honeydews that you can see in my video when I made the honeydew jam or preserves. I think it was jam. I can't remember. I'm sorry. Uh, they were close to being basketball size. So if you grow them up on a trellis, you're going to have to support them. It can be done, but they're going to desperately need to be supported by something good and strong. Hey, backyard farming with Ashley, how are you doing? Yeah, yeah, I've resurrected stuff that was dead as a doornail. Lazarus. But now my vines got probably about 12, 14 feet long. They might not get that long for you, they might get longer. but they're good, sturdy vines. They're going to need a. I just let mine grow in what I call Vinetopia, my little binding of everything patch, except for lupus. I grow them crazy things on a trellis. But they're definitely, the melons will need support because they were the biggest honeydews I've ever grown in my life. I hope I didn't miss anybody coming in the chat. If I did, I'm sorry, y'all. Um, let's see. Good fertilizer. They like a lot of compost. I do mine in hills in Bintopia. Um, I dig the hill and mix a lot of compost. Make sure they got. I'm a firm believer in using Epsom salt, a good handful of Epsom salt per hill. Uh, and of course, I do bone meal. And now, my favorite thing to use, and I'll be doing a video on it soon, for those who don't have the ability to compost, there's another way to get really healthy, abundant, a lot of nitrogen uh, using a very small method. Hey, Bounty, how are you doing, sister? Good to see you here. But yeah, if you want to go ahead, I'm gonna try to have the video out. Today's Monday. I'm gonna try to get it made either Wednesday or Thursday. And what I use is alfalfa pellets that you can get in like Tractor Supply or a feed store, but you want to get organic ones. I know it's going to cost a little bit more, but a little bit goes a very long way. And I'm telling you, it does make a difference in your garden. You're welcome. I'm more than happy to help as many people uh, be able to garden because I'm telling y'all, from this year on, it's a must. You're going to have to garden in order to survive. You're going to. I'm not joking, people. Thank you, thank you. Oh, that's right. It's calving season up. Oh Lord, you are busy. I'm a doing good. I can't work in my garden because unfortunately the water table has. All right, where our property is, halfway down the back of the yard, halfway down, is in the floodplain. The other half is not. And right now, the water table is so high here that the water has come up almost to the top of the ground. And I tried to work in the garden yesterday. Yeah, I about sank. Uh, and this is even on very well trodden footpaths. It's packed real good. No, it started sinking. I'm like going, yeah, I'm getting out of here. Oh, it'll dry up. Eventually, it'll dry up once monsoon season is done and over with. But that's usually why I don't get serious about my garden until. What on earth, Jana? Jana has made her appearance for the live stream tonight. Um, but I usually can't get my garden into the ground because of that until in May. But we have such a long growing season, that's perfectly fine with me. I would be more than happy to. More than happy to. It does it every year. But no, yesterday I was trying to get some more English peas in the ground. But I was trying to get some more English peas in the ground and trying to weed out the weeds, the what we call what people call the winter weeds, but they're not weeds, they're actually edibles and medicinals. But I've got one of those garden claws, and I was trying to, I twisted a couple of times, and then I watched the water come up. I'm like going, no, I'm getting out of here. These English peas will rot before they come up, so I'm gonna have to plant me some other way because until the monsoons stop, it's not going to dry up. But we're also in flood stage down here, so yeah, it's the fun of springtime. Oh, and another thing, this is my pride and joy. I have a 2-year-old lemon tree that's still alive. Let me tell you the story on this lemon tree, and it's been alive in the hoop house. Now, the first year I started it from seed. It grew, it had two more buddies. The two other buddies said, forget this, I'm done. Well, this little one grew. And I loved on this thing, babied it. It grew about 8, 10 inches that first season. Well, I put it in the hoop house. Then comes snowpocalypse, and it crashed in the hoop house. The poor little lemon tree was buried under over a foot of snow. Well, when everything had finally melted and had warmed up, well, the lemon tree had no leaves and it looked dead. I'm telling you, dead, dead. So I didn't think nothing of it. I like going, well, crap. I'm gonna have to start over, which I will plant lemon seeds in a heartbeat. Don't care what kind they are. I'm gonna finally grow some lemons. So I took the little pot of what looked like a dead lemon tree, put it out kind of around the elephant graveyard of dead plants. Because what I do is I recycle my soil, and didn't check it all that spring, all that summer. Didn't check on it, and we had a drought, so that should have really killed it. Come fall, it's getting about time for frost to come, so I'm going through the yard looking for stuff. What do I need to put in the hoop house? I used the wet paper towel method, and then once it started sprouting roots. Once it started sprouting roots, I planted it in dirt, and that was it. Really good soil. Uh, And so I'm looking around the yard. I'm looking for, soil to reclaim to pot other stuff up. And I'm like going, oh my God, it's alive. It's alive. I pulled it up, and this thing had done grown to over a foot. It was now over a foot tall. Big, beautiful leaves, just happy as can be. And I'm like going, how on earth are you alive? You haven't had hardly any water, not much sunlight whatsoever, because that's a shaded area, and it looked beautiful. And I done Jilly, if you look, if you watch my it was, what was it, orange, look under germinate my playlist of germinating seeds. I think I was doing some matcha oranges or something like that. You'll do the lemon seeds, any seeds, apple, pear, you name it, all the same way. Oh, well, let me tell you, it was neglected so bad, it made me feel bad that I neglected it. And so into the little hoopty hoop house it went. This thing is thriving. It has put on a whole bunch of baby leaves and stems. Well, little baby branches, not stems. There's a few leaves that look rough, but this thing looks gorgeous. Now, let me tell you, no heat, no artificial light, single digit temperatures, just no frost has hit it. And it's beautiful. I'll be making a video soon on replanting this poor little baby because it deserves some food and some love. Thank you, Andale. Thank you. I mean, look, I'm already still in shock at how well my grow bag done. The lemon looks just as good as my grow bag does. And yeah, so I am mesmerized. I'm still in shock that I have three hanging baskets. Now they look scraggly. I'm gonna have to trim them up. But I have three hanging baskets of petunias that are still alive that also lived in the hoop house along with the grow bag and everything else. Hey Tammy, how are you doing? Yep, it was a store-bought lemon. Sure was. Now I did have a whole bunch of them sprout, but a lot you just have to go with the flow. If they don't make it, keep trying. If it makes it, pot them up, take care of them. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee I'll ever get a lemon, but you know what? I started that baby from seed. Now, of course, one day I would love to have a Meyer lemon. One day it might happen, it might not. But these were just regular store bought lemon seeds, and I'll tell you how I got the lemon seeds. I was making elderberry syrup, and I saved the seeds out of the lemons. And if you follow the paper towel, now you want to make sure when you go to start the seeds in the paper towel method, make sure that there's no that the seeds are clean. Don't use soap on them, but just make sure that there's no pieces of like the orange on it or anything. Make sure your seeds are good and clean. That way there's a less chance of mold. Now, don't panic if one gets moldy. Leave that one alone. Just make sure that all of them don't get moldy. If you have to, change out your paper towel. It's simple, easy, and you could do uh, apple seeds with it, pear seeds. I've done honey tangerines that way. I've done some matcha oranges that way. I'm not sure if this batch is done. I've got to check on it. Now, some things are not going to germinate. Enjoy eating the fruit. Try again. Keep trying. Never give up. Yeah, no pulp. That's the magic word I was trying to think of. Yeah, it'll cut it. You know the little ringlets it has on the branches where you could tell where there's segments. Make a clean cut just up above one of those segments, and start making you a whole bunch of elderberry cuttings. Yeah, you might not get any berries this year. You might get berries this year. It depends on how this weather is going to behave this year. And I'm telling everybody, keep an eye on your weather. You don't have to watch the weather forecast. Look at the 7-10 day forecast. Take it with a grain of salt. Watch your radar and just check it daily. I'm not saying get paranoid, but you don't have to watch the news. Just watch the 7-10 day forecast because it's going to flip flop. But check it daily. Just like I tell people, if you got deep freezes, check them babies daily because I'm seeing way too many preppers who are supposed to be preppers and they're losing their deep freezes. You've got to check your deep freeze daily. Uh-oh. That's wonderful to hear, Duval. Yes, don't let those branches die. Make cuttings from them. You're fixing to increase your your elderberry growth. But yeah, take a bad situation, make it better. Especially when it comes to elderberries, they're pretty persistent. And I know you know how to make cuttings. But yeah, take those tops and make you sit down, make you stay off that foot as much as possible, and sit down and make you a bunch of cuttings. See, my problem, Duval, is I'm up here in a cold climate, so I may not see a lemon bloom, but I'm gonna tell you one thing: that baby is acclimated to the weather here, cause the weather hasn't killed it. Wait till y'all see it. I've only took one really bad leaf off of it. You'll see how good it looks, and it has survived in that hoop house all winter long right alongside with my grow bag. It was just further back in the hoop house. Yep, you got to make sure any strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries to propagate those seeds, they've got to be an American produce product. Now, I kind of avoid anything from California, I'm telling you, because they're really getting hot and heavy with that bio sludge, which is, human waste. I know. I refuse to use pee. Now, pee is okay, urine is okay to use on the outside of your garden if you're having varmint issues. But I'm not going to fertilize my plants with my urine or my waste. I'm sorry. Bad things has happened. I'm watching California's been doing it for a while, and I try to avoid anything from California if I can, because a lot of people hasn't heard. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you so much. Hold on, let me catch up on chat. Yeah, they should come back. Just give them a little time. Just give them a little time. Yeah, but see, here's my thing about that. You got to make sure you don't have any kind of infection in your body or yeast infection or anything like that because it gets in the soil and it can do a number on your ground, on your dirt. A lot of people don't know that. That's why when you hear about the dried urine and stuff for fertilizer, that's because it's animal and it's not eating meat. It's us eating meat is what causes the problem with using pea and manure. Because, yeah, yeast infection can grow not only in the human body, but it can grow in the ground and grow in your compost pile. Yeah, you have to be really careful. That's okay, Tanya. You made it. Hey, welcome to chat. I hope you're doing well. Yes, I swear by my elderberries. I swear by 'em. My elderberry tincture and my elderberry syrup. Yeah, but here's the thing that and I had a squirrel moment. Sorry, y'all. California's hot and heavy now about using the bio sludge. Here's the problem. Check out what's going on up in Maine. There's been, let's see, what is it? What did they say? 500 farms now that have had to completely shut down because the ground is all contaminated, absolutely contaminated, and no food or nothing can be sold from those properties. It's not only in the ground, it's in the food they're growing, it's in their well water, it's in their blood systems. Yeah, that's why no, I don't do it. Okay, Andel, just email me and yeah, we'll figure it out. Yep, I've got. It's about time to strain my fire cider. At least one of them. It's the whole state of Maine. It's that they're going through and finding all these farmers because back when would it happen? I think it was in the 80s or 90s when the government told them it was safe to use this bio sludge to fertilize your fields and your farms, your gardens, and everything. And well, it's coming back to haunt them, and the same thing's fixing to happen in California. Hey Audrey, how are you doing? Yep, unfortunately, people got to remember stuff filters through the ground. Whatever you put in the soil will filter down. Got to be careful. Unless a well is extremely deep. If it's a shallow well, you need to do at least a yearly testing, if not a bi yearly test on your well water. It depends on where you live. Because I'm telling you, everything's getting polluted. Because you got to remember, there's a lot of crazy people that flush medications down the toilet as well. And I'm going to tell you, it seeps back down into the water system as well. Yes, biosludge is a horrible thing, and they've been telling everybody in California how wonderful it is. Well, it's going to be happening in California just like Maine. There's a lot of horrible stuff going on, and they're not telling people about this. Um, if I remember right, I posted an article on my MeWe page about it. Lordy, that's not a deep well at all. Man, your water table must be high. Yep, you just got to know where that either underground stream or river runs. If you can get the oh, what do they call it? Where you can see where the either there's underground creeks, there's underground rivers, and then there's underground lakes. If you can figure out which one you're on, if it's a river, you can find out where all it runs to. Okay, Kathy. Now I'm gonna warn y'all. I post things on MeWe. that don't hit mainstream. And I keep people um, notified of what crap's going on around the world and here. Yeah, aquifer. Yeah. See, here in Memphis, we are sitting on some of the best water in the world, and we've won many awards because we're on artesian well water, and you got to drill deep to get to it. Yep. No, I don't. I don't grow stuff that's been sprayed and stuff because, well, I like to live a little bit longer. I don't like Monsanto, and plus, I don't like what they say GMO don't get sold in the store. Well, that's a lie because they've been pushing that stuff in the store for a while now. Hell, they've been pumping uh cloned and GMO cattle, pigs, and cattle, pigs, and what was the other one? I can't remember. It's yeah, no. See all that stuff that needs the fake winter. I germinate it without freezing it or doing anything. But yeah, I don't do the fake winters on my seeds because I get it to germinate without any problem. Yeah, but yeah, they put all that stuff in the water here, and that's why I have a Berkey because I can't drink water out of the tap or out of the hose anymore because I get really sick. But I can drink the water out of the Berkey and not get sick at all. And no, it's not in my head. No, I had to start all my seeds outdoors because I don't have a way to do them inside. That's why, because of the water table in the ground in the garden, I can wait when we start warming up in the beginning of spring to start my seeds because I can't get in my ground to plant until about May. So once spring gets here and it starts warming up a little bit, that's when I start all my tomatoes, peppers, and everything because I gotta wait anyway to be able to get it in the ground. All right, you had to get the aphids inside. You'd had to either bring a pot in during the winter that the eggs or the aphids were hiding in the soil, or the soil that you was using to start your seeds had aphid seeds in it. And because once it starts warming up, they'll germinate and have a heyday. Now, if it ain't a whole lot of them, you can take very carefully. Now, you don't want to get it on your plant. You can take a Q-tip, dip it in rubbing alcohol, and dot your aphids. It'll kill them. Under my raisins. Oh, Tanya, that was good. That was great. Yeah, see, I didn't have a way to overwinter pepper plants inside and keep them warm. Yeah, because they've already admitted that there's many GMO fields that cross pollinated with other fields of, yeah. So you pretty much have to be very careful about any seed stock anywhere because they've been admitting for a while that they haven't been able to contain them, which I knew they wasn't going to be able to. But so many people just buy and never ask questions. No, not doomed. Just got to stay positive. That's why I'm happy where I'm at gardening because guess what? There are no fields near me and I don't have to worry about contamination. Yes, they do. There was a corn, and I think it actually did go to market. This was a GMO corn where it actually had the insecticides in it. Now, this is how our government, the FDA, thinks. Now, as this corn grows and the ears start to ripen, uh, if a bug caterpillar comes along, eats the corn, it dies. Now, they said that stuff was safe for market. If it kills a bug, what do you think it's going to do to you inside? No, thank you. I don't want to eat it. Can't tell you if they are or not. Here's the problem it depends on where they get their seed stocks from, and most of them will not roll and tell you where their seed stocks come from. There's one, two of your really big seed companies that admit that their seeds come from overseas. And yeah, I don't feel comfortable buying those because we know they don't have very good gardening or farming practices over there. Now, see what I like. Sorry, I was reading and catching up on chat. The reason why I like, and no, I'm not affiliated with them or get any kickback. The So True Seed Company that I order a lot from, they hire local American farmers to raise their seed crops. And I'm all for supporting local farmers. There ain't many who do. Who do stand up to Monsanto. Even South America's broke. They've been raising GMO crops for Monsanto down there for a while.
Is that coffee up there?
Yes, get you some coffee.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people are hey, everybody's enjoying the GMO marijuana now, ain't they? Yes. All of a sudden, marijuana is getting legal. Well, guess who's growing, producing most of those seeds for the marijuana? Monsanto. And people are more than willing to smoke it. They have no cares because they can get high. People don't pay attention to anything as long as they get their way. They don't care. That's just like how many people just absolutely love the over processed foods and crap Donald's and all them fast food. What?
I do.
Yeah, and that's why you're not going to live long.
I can handle that.
But people are more than willing to shove that stuff down their throat, not realizing what it's doing to their bodies. What, Kathy? No. He said he can handle it. He's happy for it. Family. I'm over at family's house.
Ooh. Oh, that's good. 3 minutes. Love you. Okay.
Love you too.
3 minutes.
Oh yeah. They've also been busted. They've been busting quite a few docks in California where they are shipping left and right illegal meat from China, and it's not getting not like FDA is going to really do anything about it. It's not getting inspected. I haven't ate from McDonald's in, oh Lord, 15 years. And you know what? I don't miss it. I don't miss that crap. I don't. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on people don't realize. Not one bit. Horrible things. I don't eat McDonald's. I don't eat Booger King. And yeah, I called it that. Uh, I absolutely refuse to eat at KFC. I haven't ate there in I don't know how long. Right, yeah. Well, hell, FDA just passed that it was okay to sell the genetically modified beef on the market. Um, and they've got the GMO hogs, GMO salmon. There's a lot of stuff, and the GMO salmon's being raised in Indiana. Now, there's only a few uh, fast food places I will eat at. One is it's a local chicken place in Memphis. It's Jack Purtle's. I have no problem with them. Now the cupboard, I'll eat at the cupboard because it's all homemade, and on occasion I can't help it. I like my Popeyes chicken sandwich, the spicy one. But other than that, we don't eat fast food. No, none of it means anything anymore. None of it does. Yep. Yes, it does. It really does. Me too. I don't do fast food. I don't like it. It don't taste right. Um, When KFC signed the contract with the Impossible Company, yeah, I know for a fact that they fry the Impossible chicken in with the regular chicken. And yeah, I'm not eating any of that crap. Nothing. And anyway, I don't like. Um, can't effing cook is what I say about KFC because it's nasty. It's nasty. Hey Heather, how you doing? I'm doing great. Yep. See down here, I'd like to buy my beef from the farmer. They kind of rip off artists down here, unfortunately, because yeah, they, they see that people are wanting to get more healthy and everything, and yeah, no, I'm not paying $10 a pound for soup bones because that's ridiculous. I'm not going to pay $18 a pound for no roast. I would love to support a farmer, but I'm not trying to make them become millionaires. Oh, I know it. I can't help it. I find it hilarious that all they all want to make it look like a hot dog or a hamburger or oh my gracious, a tofu turkey. And yeah, just make it natural and quit trying to shape it into something that it's not. Well, just keep y'all's eyes open. Yeah, they can be good, and sometimes they're really they're more interested in the money than helping others. Unfortunately, I have tried it, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I can't stand tofu. I can't stand soybeans. Soybeans are not good for, especially for men. Men should not be eating soybeans. They have put that crap in everything. Have any of y'all noticed if you go to buy vegetable oil, flip that jug around and read what the ingredient is? It used to be back in the day, it was a mixture of things. Now it ain't nothing but 100% pure soybean oil. Yeah, it's also bad for men because soybeans are massively high in estrogen. Has anybody noticed each generation how very confused they are and how men aren't as manly as they used to be? Didn't take them long, and it's because of soybeans being pumped into everything. Oh yeah, it's part of the plan, and the agendas are to get rid of the human race. Actually, the Agenda 50, the plan is to get rid of all of humankind, period, off the earth, and it's no joke. No, it's not the water; it's the food because soy products. Now, to me, now, I have a slight weakness once in a while. I don't use it a lot, but I do like soy sauce. But soybean anything is massively high in estrogen. It in men, it breaks down the testosterone and it raises up their estrogen level. Has anybody noticed men are starting to get breast cancer even more now? Yeah, it's really bad. Mm-hmm. Yep, I've been noticing manly men are, yeah, becoming almost non-existent anymore. But if you see, I have to read ingredients. I have to any ingredient labels. Not that I'll buy a lot. I don't buy much processed food because most of it I can't have. I read labels for the heck of it. Soybean is in everything. Soybean is one of the number one products in the chicken food. And that's why I'm telling people our ancestors did not use laying pellets. They didn't use none of that. They either, back in the beginning of time, chopped corn. Guess what? Or whole corn. Their animals survived. They didn't die. They free ranged. What room they had to free range. Chicken scratch is fine. But I have not understood why these people just feed these animals laying mash and all this crap. My chicken feed, my mixture was chicken scratch and sunflower seeds. Craig, do you mind?
Sometimes.
I'm trying to be.
Just trying to be manly enough. I heard that.
Well, it's true. It is absolutely true. Look at the young children nowadays. Most of them, they have no idea how to get dirty. They don't know how to play outside. They know about them computers and them phones. But other than that, they have to have cry rooms. You know, what would have happened if I was a kid and I asked for a cry room? I would have been told, "I'll give you something to cry about."
That's what my mom used to say.
Sorry, y'all, I'm catching up on chat. He just threw me completely off. Family, I tell you, will drive you crazy. Love them to death, but see, I can't have the artificial sweeteners at all. That's another reason why I have to read labels. They have put artificial sweeteners in everything. That crap eats your cartilage out of your joints. Not only that, but tears out your kidneys as well. About 4 years younger than me. But yeah, all my life when I was able to have chickens, you know what my chickens ate? I got scratch feed. I made sure there was no soy products in it. And black oil sunflower seeds. Mix the two together. It's the same mixture that I feed the wild birds. And you know what? My chickens were healthy and happy. Chickens are meant to have a break in the wintertime. It's a natural cycle. If you had to lay that many eggs, wouldn't you like a certain area of your body to take a break too? Yeah. Exactly what I said. Places where they can go and cry. But no, they have cry rooms. They have to have safe rooms. Yeah. I would have had that bejeebus beat out of me as a child if I asked for a cry room. We didn't even have, man, we'd be coming in the house. We might have cried for a little while. Our arms or our knees all gashed open, got cleaned up, bandaged up, and back out we went. That's even if we even went in the house. A lot of times we'd pack it with dirt and keep going. Yeah, cry rooms for college students. Now, let that sink in. I'm telling you, I don't feel safe getting older anymore because these people are insane anymore. Yeah, mine didn't have lights, they didn't have heat. Now, I mean, if it got really cold, I would wrap up the their roost area, but there was some gaps, so there wouldn't be moisture problems and there was ventilation and everything. But yeah, chickens. And then people wonder why chicken don't taste like it used to anymore, and it don't. It's all this layer mash, and these poor chickens are just forced to lay eggs and everything. And guess what? The main ingredient is all in that layer food and that mash, chick starter. Unless you get certain brands, it's all soybeans. And I'm telling people, you've got to start thinking like your ancestors. And yes, I'm not here for the paranoia. I'm not going to scare you. I'm not going to get you to buy crap you don't need. But I'm telling you, when you can, as you can, you got to stock up on flour or wheat berries so you can grind your own flour. Sugar. Yes, sugar is a necessity in canning as well, and it can be a trade item. Salt. Salt. Sea salt, pink salt. It's a necessity. You're going to need it. Your body does have to have sodium. Sorry, folks. It's the truth. You can make yourself sicker by cutting out salt completely because you'll throw your whole body balance out. Yeah, yeah. Now I never refed my chickens eggshells. You know why? I used the crushed calcium because that chicken ever realizes that's an eggshell, it'll start eating eggs. And I'm sorry, once you have an egg eating chicken, the best thing to do with it, stew pot or fry that baby up or make you some chicken and dumplings or chicken and dressing because that chicken will eventually start pecking every single egg you have. Yep, you can use ashes. Yep, yep, you can. And that's why, and I laugh. Yes, I used to watch Survivor and all these people on islands and everything. No one had a clue to boil water down, especially ocean or seawater. Boil it down, harvest the salt. Because as long as you get all that water evaporated, everything on the bottom of that pan is salt. Thank you, Andale. Thank you. No, they don't. They will not stop, and they'll get even worse. That's just like an egg eating dog. You're going to have to break that dog of eating eggs, or they'll eat all your eggs. That's just like my daddy always taught me, and I saw it firsthand. If a hog ever kills a chicken or anything, it's going to get bloodthirsty. And I noticed that. I saw it firsthand. We had a sow, and it was sad because, oh, she was a good mama, but she caught a chicken in the pen one day, ate the chicken. and she would lay in wait from then on and try to kill every chicken that come in the pen. And she took a lunge at Daddy one day because blood's blood. They'll go after anything once they've tasted it. And that's when she went to, that's when we, you know, she went down to the barn on the back of a trailer and we hung her up and cleaned her. No, we didn't boil hogs, we skinned them. Oh, Lord. Yep, that was a rough treatment. Yep. Uh-oh, table. I moved my leg and the table went to weaving. Sorry about that. It wasn't an earthquake. Yeah, why do you think? Now, of course, back in the day, and they still do it today, big hog farms. Easiest way to get rid of a body, take it to a hog farm. The only bad thing is they always manage to leave one bone behind. I forgot where that was. I know it was. I don't remember if it was Washington State or British Columbia, Canada, where they had that serial killer that was connected with that hog farm. But yeah, please, everybody, when you can, don't get panicked. But you're going to need to stock up on flour or wheat berries. Stock up on your sugar, on your salt, because not only sugar and salt, they're used in canning as well in preserving. Um, Cooking oil. Watch what you buy. If you can make your own lard. Stock up on olive oil. Don't waste your money on extra virgin. It goes rancid too fast. Regular olive oil. Shortening, just watch what it's made out of. Yeah, yeah. Cornmeal, yes. Watch now. If you and eventually, I'm gonna get me one of the hand. I want one of those hand cranked grain mills. That way, I can just um change the plates out or whatever and grind my own grits, my own cornmeal or corn flour. And yes, I've got a good stock of grits put back. I've got cornmeal put back. Um, Flour, I'm telling you, I have never around here. Most farmers around here, every field or so, is winter wheat. This year, just about every single field is planted in winter wheat. I'm telling you, it is a shortage coming and it's going to be worse than people think. And he shouldn't. He should. Honestly, if you ask me, he shouldn't be getting three hots in a cot, but that's just me. There's a special place that man or that person, I don't even want to call him a man, that sick individual needs to go to. Yes, I have noticed down here. Now, the powdered milk that I tell people to get, don't buy that skim milk stuff. It is nasty. Look for the whole milk, powdered milk. It's so much better. Or you can follow my canning video where it shows you how to pressure can up your own milk, especially if you find it on clearance and it's within a reasonable date, you can still can that milk up. Yes, dry pack your, yes, uh-huh. But yeah, there's beans, peas, lentils, everything dried. Think about what our ancestors ate off of and survived off of. Need to start stocking what you can while you can. I'm tired of hearing about Aldi's. Tired of hearing about Aldi's, and especially one person's worry about Aldi's all the time. I quit shopping at Aldi's a while back because, well, I don't like how they treat their employees. Now, if you can boycott one country, or no, if you can boycott one company because of the way they treat their employees, you're supposed to boycott every single one that treats their employees that way. Just because just because Aldi's is your favorite place to shop, no, no, you treat them all the same. Okay, Julie. Yeah, I quit buying from them when I found out that either you get the jab or you lose your job. No, no. And if you're that way, I don't shop from there. And anyway, what's going on in Germany? All these ain't going to be open for much longer. They can't even feed their own country people. How are they going to feed anybody else around the world? And I'm telling you, my prayers go out to anybody in Europe because they all have to have most of their food shipped in, especially England. Yeah, it's going to get really ugly over there. People's fixing to get enlightened. I love how they're trying to blame war, global warming, and a whole bunch of other stuff on this. This started over 6 years ago. No, it ain't because of war. It ain't because of global warming. Crops are failing. I did at one time enjoy Aldi's because it's kind of nice to be able to go in to a store and know that you can eat pretty much everything that's on their shelves because they didn't allow, except for one very small section, of artificial sweeteners, and there was no artificial colors. So, and the prices at one time was better than anywhere else. But no, I haven't shopped at Aldi's in a while. And yeah, yeah, because most of all the food is imported into England to feed their people because they don't have the land anymore to farm. I mean, they've got sparse farms here and there, but they got way more people than land. And that country going to starve and starve fast. Yep. But Aldi's down here had good food. And I mean, I love maraschino cherries. Most maraschino cherries, and yes, I could make them myself. But when I can go into one store and be able to buy it because it's not just super soaked in red dye 40 or artificial sweeteners, it's a wonderful thing to get to eat certain things because, yeah, anywhere else, I can't eat it. And it's nice that, well, it was nice that most of the time I didn't have to read a label one in there because, well, didn't have to worry about that crap. But that artificial sweetener and all these colors, artificial colors, artificial flavors, and all this soybean crap, yeah, that's the ruination of humans to begin with. And then we got to watch out for, the bug meat. And I know exactly what you mean because even though once in a while I have to go to Walmart because unfortunately that's where his prescriptions are the cheapest. I don't buy much of anything there except for, fishing supplies when if I catch good clearance. I'm glad you can grow it, Brenda. Not all of us have that option. I can't grow animals. If I try to grow animals, loose pit bulls kill them. Not everybody has the ability to grow their own food and their animals. So we have to get it where we can get it. Believe me, if I could up and buy 100 acres and a nice farmhouse, I'd be tickled to death. I'd be set. And I'd be teaching people all kinds of stuff, but not all of us can. Yes, dehydrating and canning your own is the best. I'm not going. Sorry, y'all. I have to move my legs, and then the table wobbles. It's a little hoopty. I gotta fix it. Old fashioned wooden TV dinner tray. Table. Yes, Azure standard's good, but them prices are awful expensive. And the bad part is a lot of that food comes from California. And they're using that bio sludge from one end of the state all the way up to the other. And I'm sorry, I don't want to eat none of that because people in Maine's finding out now how bad it is to use it. And these are sad part is one of the ones that I was watching, the one they done the article about. They're an organic farm. They don't use none of that. The people who own the land before them's the one that's put all that bio sludge, and they didn't know about it at all when they bought the place. But yeah, the man had to. It's a good article, but it's a sad read. He had he had nice, and they had worked for many years to get this place organic and everything. It was their income because they sold what do you call it, shares where you buy weekly, monthly food boxes and stuff. He had to recall everything because anybody that has ate any of that is contaminated now. So most of the state of Maine is contaminated, and it makes me worry about the wild blueberries from up there. Yep, the piece of property I was looking at, well, I would have had to win the lottery to win to be able to buy, but that ain't happening. Yep, morels are easy to grow, very easy to grow. And as soon as YouTube will ever pay me, then I'll show because I've got to get that going. But until then, I can't do that video. But yeah, it like I said, the article you might have to scroll down a little bit on my MeWe page, but it's there. Not only is their land completely contaminated, their bodies are contaminated, their blood's contaminated, uh, their wells contaminated, their animals have it, everything is contaminated because the people who owned the property before was told by the government that this was a wonderful and safe fertilizer way to use fertilizer, all natural, because it had been cleaned. Don't sound like it was clean now, was it? Uh, there's several places. If you go to my Amazon wish list, you could scroll down. There's quite a few different, through one very good mushroom company where you can get spores from. Oh, let me tell you, my watch hours are epic. I've almost have what I need for each year already. It's people need to click like more, they need to watch more. But my watch hours are incredible, and I'm steadily watching my subscriber rate go up too. Yes, that's why a lot of people down here, when they go morel picking, they use netted bags so that as they walk around, the spores will shake out all over. No, David, you ain't blind, believe me. They are rare down here as well. But so many people's destroyed so much land. Yeah. Yep, they do. And the way I'm going to teach everybody how to do it, you can build your own raised bed and grow them yourself. They're not hard to do. And it's just the raised bed that keeps giving and giving. You just dedicate it to that one. You dedicate it to that one mushroom, and yeah, you're good to go. Yep, the like button clicking up would be great. But watch hours, I tell you, they're real good. The sweet potato harvest video is still going crazy. People are still watching that. And now I think I have another one that's fixing to go viral. I've been watching the numbers on it, and it's the catfish bait video. But yeah, I've been watching that catfish bait video is definitely going starting to go viral. I've noticed. I get messages once in a while. Yeah, I'll show you step by step how to. I was going to build it with wood. No, no, that ain't happening. Wood's way too expensive now. So I'm gonna you bite the bullet. Use cinder blocks, and that's why a lot of the wooden mulch that I got for free is dedicated to building mushroom beds as well. Yep, I can't start my sweet potato uh straw bales until I harvest my garlic. But once the garlic is ready to be harvested, then I start in on the straw bales because yeah, at that time it's the rain has kind of slacked off and it's a good steady warm temperature because sweet potatoes don't like cold at all. Yeah, I gotta get me some more straw bales so I can I've got one, two, I'll have two pot, maybe three beds for sweet potatoes. I'm thinking about maybe doing one bed dedicated to trying the purple sweet potatoes because I want to try those, and I can get those at the Asian store. I just have to read the box where they come from and get them rooted. Started making slips, and because right now it's too early for me to start on my slips because the garlic's probably not going to be ready to harvest until May. China. Actually, believe it or not, sometimes in the Asian markets, it's American produce, especially our Asian market. Some of it comes from Florida. Of course, there's California. And yes, there's products that come from overseas, but a lot of times it's mainly coming up out of Florida or Texas. Yes, it's hard to find it, but people's done got to where they demand it down here, and so it's a little easier and it doesn't cost anymore. So that's a good one there. But I'm telling you, straw is going to be easy to get a hold of this summer because I'm telling you, every field that I have seen, I've only seen one, no, two so far, but I haven't been driving a whole lot in the country. Everything has been planted in winter wheat because most of these farmers around here let their ground rest over winter. No, not this year. It shouldn't, as long as you trellis them up so they don't, grow in your garlic. I don't see no problem why you couldn't. I've done it before. I've Now that's me, but it shouldn't be no problem to do it all. So he has problem with the thought of the potato being purple, huh? It's the purple is so much supposed to be healthier for you. I've heard it tastes good. A lot of them down here they hurting for money, so they're going to squeeze those crops as much as they can. Yeah, smoked maple syrup's good. It really is. It's been a while since I've had any. Yeah, because the garlic chases off the bugs. Look, I will eat just about any kind of tomato as long as it don't taste sweet. I can stomach some cherry tomatoes, but to me, when I bite into a tomato, I want it to be acidic. Because let me tell you, some of those tomatoes, ugh, I can't do that sweet stuff. I just can't. I said, look, some of that corn is way, way too sweet. No, thank you. I'm too old fashioned and set in my ways. I'll tell you another thing that's really good. Hickory smoked salt. That's really good as well. Oh no, I would have tore them tomatoes up because they were maters. And let me tell you, Cherokee Purples make one amazing mater sandwich. Hey Hooga, how are you doing? I just can't do the sweet. That's my problem. I like old fashioned tasting tomatoes. I can't. Ugh. I just can't do that sweet stuff. Yeah, I bet you that was good. I've got some. I think I got some kind of. Oh, I think I have some, but I'm. I gotta look at my seeds. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. I into fun. Welcome to chat, and I'm glad you enjoyed my video. Not meaning to be rude or anything. Oh my gracious. Now I've done a video on how to make your own smoked paprika. That's very easy to make. Oh, don't get your hopes up too much. We got a frost coming down here this coming weekend. I'm telling y'all, don't trust the weather just yet. I'm telling you, don't. Yes, people need to focus. Don't think about all this foo-foo stuff. Think about food that you can survive off of. Think about stuff you can pickle, dehydrate, can. Uh, you've got to concentrate on survival. Yeah, some poo poo is okay, some flowers here and there for the pollinators, but you've got to focus on food that you can preserve and put back. People don't know what's really coming down the pike, I'm telling you. Yeah, I think it might be in the might be it's probably in the dehydrating playlist. Yep, and it was really good. Now just know that there are sweet paprika peppers and there are hot paprika peppers. I enjoyed the hot paprika peppers because that smoky heat, oh my gracious, it was good. But just know what kind of paprika you're getting before you buy it. Yep, we're supposed to have two frosts this weekend. That's why I don't even think about. My grandmother never planted except winter crops, but she never planted any summer vegetables until after Easter, and Easter is early this year, people. It's early, and because of where my garden's at and the water table until it goes down, I'm not going to get to plant until middle of May, maybe end of May. But yeah, and plus with the grand solar minimum going on, we really have no clue what the weather is going to. The 7 and 10 day forecast has been flipping like a fish on the shore, y'all. And like I said, you don't have to watch the news to know your weather, but you need to start paying attention to your weather and take notes because it's going to help you out in the long run because your weather's going to be drastically changing every year, and that's why you need to save your own seeds every year. All right. Now the paprika that I grew last year, amazing harvest. Those plants gave their all. Let me tell you, I would harvest one batch, here come another and another. Now, don't get me to line. It's I think I got it from M.I. Gardner. It starts with the LEU something something something. Long word that most people can't pronounce. That one's a very, very good one. I recommend that one. Now, I just don't know where he gets his seeds from, but it is an heirloom. Yep. And the sad part is the ones that's in control until we, the people, finally get wise enough and stand up, united as one, finally. Not mattering what this pigment crap means. We're going to have to unite as one. Until we can do that, they're going to keep pulling more and more crap on us and doing more harm, destroying more things, and killing more people. Until we finally realize that they have done everything they can to keep us separated. And way too many people have bit into this. How do I want to how do I want to put it, into this, if you have horses, if you know what a oh, what's it called? Well, let's just go with other thing. Too many people have believed this yoke that they wear around their necks and believe that everybody is after everybody else. Until people wise up and become united as one, no matter what this pigment is, then they've got us beat down. And people just will not wake up to it. Because guess what? We all bleed the same color and we all suck air the same way. Some are just nose breathers, others are mouth breathers. We breathe the same air, we bleed the same. And until people realize this, they're going to win. And it's sad. Okay, sorry, I got to catch up with Chad. I get on my soapbox. Sorry, y'all. And I've been watching this for so many years, even from my childhood. I never could understand the the separatism, even in the black community. And I'd ask them why, because that's the way I was told to be. I'm going, there's no excuse in that, none. Stop it, because I'd go break up fights and stuff. Okay, I need to catch up. Sorry, y'all. I wasn't ignoring y'all. Oh, God, that went well. Yeah, we got to get ready for the seed swap coming up at the end of the month, too. Man, and I'm sorry, y'all, I can't spell that. I had to look at the package 3 times when I made the tag for when I planted the seeds because I'm like, going, this is too many letters here now. Love you too, sister. Good seeing you, and I'll catch you on MeWe hopefully later tonight or as soon as possible. It's just been wild around here. Yeah, I can't help it. I just cannot stand the coconut oil. I have tried. I just, ooh. And plus, you got to watch it because it will go rancid. No, I like the passing the gas comment. That's good. But yeah, some people when they do that, they're out to just to try to kill you. Others, they don't. Then there's those dangerous ones that they don't care and do it silently. And yeah, no. Yes, that's the one, David. That's the one. Now, I'm telling you now, it might grow differently for you, but down here where I'm at last year, oh my gracious, they just produce peppers like crazy. Now, if you don't like hot food or spicy food, be prepared. If you do, you're going to enjoy the daylights out of it, and especially if you make smoked paprika out of it. But I will tell you, use a glove when you cut them up. Oh, believe me, mine was hot as can be. And I like hot food, so we were happy about it. Now, everybody else was a different story. And let me tell you, it was epic on top of deviled eggs. Yes, the coconut oil is good as a moisturizer. It's just don't like the smell. I'm not big on the greasy part, and I sure do not like to eat it. Ugh. But to each their own. Others do love it. So it's everyone's choice who what you use and what you don't use. Yeah, but do you keep yours stored in your house where it's air conditioned and everything? See, it's just me, and plus I have to be careful what oils I use. No gallbladder. I don't have a gallbladder, so I have to be very careful what oils I use. Hopefully, I'll get to make a video for y'all later on um, about rendering your own lard. Trying to drink coffee with the top down. That's what I get for paying attention to chat. Yes, you have about a year shelf life on lard, as long as you process it correctly. But now, if you can keep it somewhere extremely cold, if you got a really good root cellar that stays very cold and dark, it can last longer. You just have to keep an eye on that seal, and when you open it, do the smell test. If it doesn't smell right, then don't use it. And that's why when I do the lard, when I can up the lard, I leave one aside let them all cool down, smell that first one, and that way I know what all the rest of the batch should smell like when it's opened. And yes, I do remember. And then that way I know if they've been canned for too long. But with that being said, if you've got dogs, you can always, even though if the lard goes bad, you can, melt it, put it in their food and give it to them. Yeah, so many things you can do. Oh, and I was going to ask y'all, I was contemplating later on, maybe next week, are things are still kind of easy to get a hold of. They'll be a little, higher, but are y'all wanting any, like, and I don't like to use this term, but like, homemade beauty product, um, videos, kind of like hot oil treatment, or I know I promised that I'd make a facial soap video. Yeah, I know. Yes, please. Okay. Now, for you men that are in chat, y'all can use this too, as well. It's good for you as well. It's not just a woman thing. I don't have all the ingredients, and I can't get all the ingredients for making any soap at the moment. Sorry. Yeah, I don't like melt and pour. Now I'll tell you, so far, one of the best store-bought soaps that I have used comes from a buck and a quarter tree. It's a activated charcoal soap. I really like that soap very much. What do I feed my dog? I don't have a dog. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. You take care and you have a blessed evening. God bless you too, darling. Thank you. Wait, what do I recommend? From what I'm seeing and what I'm reading coming through everyone, no matter what, even if it's organic, because some of the organic animal feed is starting this. Flip them bags over before you buy them and read those ingredients. For a while now, they have been taking out animal products out of the dog and cat food, and they're replacing it with black soldier fly larvae, because that's what dog and cats are supposed to eat for protein. I'm telling you, some of the best dog food companies is going to the black soldier fly larva. Read the ingredients on any and all pet food. They're even switching the animal products in their treats as well. Mm-hmm. Just read your ingredients. Make sure because they're trying, we as humans supposed to be eating bugs and plants as well. So, dogs and cats need to also. Yeah, we're gonna have some really, really angry, angry animals. Yeah, you got to be very careful about everything. That's just like, excuse me, you got to watch your meat that you buy. Excuse me, because they're trying. A lot of people don't know they're pushing that impossible meat left and right. A lot of people don't know there's GMO salmon on the market that's being grown in Indiana. There's GMO hogs that started out being bred to be lab specimens, but now it's okay for these lab specimens to be on the meat market. FDA approved the salmon and the hogs, and now FDA passed and made it safe for people to eat the GMO cows now. So watch what you eat. I'm telling you. Check see what the ingredients are, and if there's any words you don't understand, don't hesitate to Google those. Find out what they are. Uh, yeah, they're putting them in their treats. They're switching over into their regular food. Cats and dogs and humans are not supposed to live off of bugs. Yep, raw food diet is the best way for your dogs and your cats. Now it takes them a while to get used to it. Um, if you watch Simply Living Alaska, man, them dogs eat better than I do. Yeah, no, there ain't no need. Ain't no need. See what the ingredients are. Oh, I knew exactly what you meant, and I would have too. I'm sorry, but if it was just a broke leg, some of that cow would have been going back for me too. I wouldn't have thought twice about eating it, unless if it was infected or something. But yeah, the dogs, those two dogs, or if y'all don't watch them, Simply Living Alaska, wonderful channel. But I'm telling you, them dogs eat better than I do. Yeah, yeah. I wish I did have a place to go deer hunting, but I don't. Yep. They also one of their dogs is a Catahoula cur, and they don't have no problem with the dog at all around the chickens or anything. Now, double check, make sure that it's not a native pollinator about the because I haven't heard about that one yet. But yeah, that's a wonderful channel to watch. So if you get a chance, watch them. 'Cause, yeah, I get sorry. At once in a while, I get kind of jealous. Here I am. Here's this dog. It's eating salmon. I'm going. I can't even afford salmon. And of course, they get to go fishing for the salmon, and they can for them, and they also freeze and can for the dogs and stuff. And I'm like going, well, crap, the dog's eating better than I am. Now, coming up soon, in between all these rainstorms, I plan on taking y'all fishing with me. If I don't catch anything to can up, I'm hoping to maybe catch some carp and show you how to make your own homemade fish emulsion. Already have one video on it, and this next one I'll take you step by step on how to make it. It's simple and easy and a whole lot better than that stuff you buy in the store. But yeah, those two dogs, all they eat is up there is raw diet. And yep, they don't even harass the chickens. They kind of just, try to get away from the chickens. Heck, the chickens even eat better than I do because sometimes when they go salmon fishing, they give the some of the skeletons what's little bits left over to the chickens, and I'm like going, this is sad when a chicken eats better than I do. It all depends on who raises them. Because I've known some that you couldn't have got them to harm a fly, and some of them I wouldn't even go near. It all depends on who the parents of the dogs are and who the owners of those dogs are. It's the same with pit bulls too. And I'll tell you, for the fish emulsion, you'll need a 5-gallon bucket with a good fitting lid. And it's not. I already have one video on it, and it's in the playlist of making. I think fertilizer and something else. I'm sorry, y'all. Yep. Oh. But yeah, if I can get to go fishing, but I've got to wait because right now it is a mud hole trying to get down the bank. That day I went, the first day of spring when I went fishing, yeah, I sunk up past my ankles in a couple of places. I was glad there was a tree, small saplings, because I sure pulled myself up out of that mud. And go look, if nothing else, either use the scraps from me going fishing to can the fish up, which I'll show y'all how to pressure can fish. Yes, you can pressure can fish. Um, or either I'll catch some carp because we need to thin out the carp population. It's really bad, and make some fish emulsion with that. Either or, you can use scraps or cut up fishes. I just gotta hold my tongue right and go fishy, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. All right, y'all. I didn't realize I've been on here for 2.5 hours. I hope y'all have enjoyed yourselves. I'm sorry I didn't get to ask if y'all had any questions. Um, if you have any questions, you can always email me or ask them in the comment section below videos. Um, I know y'all are probably tired of the stinging nettle recipes. Tomorrow's the last stinging nettle recipe of that batch because, well, I was busy with stinging nettles. It's not the native carp, it's the Asian carp that's running loose here. And if it's the native carp, yes, it's good to eat, but that Asian jumping carp stuff, yeah, no. Let's put it like this: the carp are so bad down here that, yeah, you're not allowed to catch and release. If you catch them, you have to keep them and do something with them. And see, that's another thing I find amazing. You can hear that train. That train is not close to here whatsoever. We shouldn't be hearing it that clear. I'll be glad when the trees get their leaves on. Trees are taking their time this year. Now, pollen's really heavy, but they're taking their time leafing out. Makes me wonder also when the trees also know. Now, some of them busted out and just went crazy and have their leaves and everything. There's quite a few that are taking their sweet little time coming on out. All right, y'all, I'm going to get off here. I hope y'all have enjoyed yourselves. I thank y'all for coming and hanging out with me. It's been good to get to laugh and relax for a little while. Oh my gracious. All right. I need to go back and uh get the stinging nettle videos from last year and add them to the stinging nettle. There's a stinging nettle playlist that has this year's videos on it. I need to add last year's in it because let me tell y'all, if you've never made stinging nettle pesto, you don't know what you're missing. To me, it's better than any basil pesto there is. It's more earthy and it doesn't have that bite to it. Yep, you can use them for the corn planting. Yep. Thank you, Duval. I'm glad you come by. I appreciate you more than you know. Thank everyone. I'm glad. Also, thanks for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Thank y'all, everyone. Also, if you don't mind, click the like button before you head out. I would greatly appreciate that. It helps more than you realize. Everyone, I look forward to seeing you in next week's live. Who knows? I might pop up. It depends on what these storms are doing because I'm still hoping to get outside and make some videos for y'all. I got to get busy. Y'all need some videos. All of y'all take care. Know that y'all are loved and I appreciate you more than you realize. And like I said, you got any questions, feel free to email me if you don't want to ask them online or ask them in the comment section. More than happy to help as much as I can. Y'all all have a good night. Sleep well. Keep an eye out. Y'all stay safe and continue to stock and save those seeds. I'll see y'all next week. May you each be blessed.